with this piece of hair. Hey everyone, welcome. If you are just catching me replay, I will see you next Tuesday. I am basically live every single Tuesday. I also have memberships up. I forgot to turn on my light. You can tell I'm always like throwing this together. But I have memberships available now, you guys, so check that out. Basically just go to like my main channel and look for the join button. But yeah, I am here tonight doing group and individual readings for everyone. So I start out the night by doing a group reading for everyone. Hey Marco, you're always the first one in here. Hey Shanna. And yeah, and if you ever want to know what decks I am using, I always put those links in the description down below. Tonight I have a new deck, so we're going to be playing with it first time. Starseed Oracle deck, and I'm really excited to use it. But yeah, guys, obviously those of you who are in here now probably already subscribed, but if you're watching replay, please subscribe. It helps me a ton. I think that's it. Also, if you guys aren't signed up for my newsletter, I do have a newsletter. And basically I have consolidated basically all the stuff that's been going on in the last month, because I know I'm on a lot of like social media channels. So if you're ever like, what's going on, what's new, sign up for my newsletter. And I also give you monthly messages for the week ahead. So there's a little something in there for everybody as far as like a reading goes. Love the boy mom shirt. Me too. Yeah, my mom got this for me for Mother's Day. I was like, oh, that's cute. Today has been a long day because my son had to get his 1-year vaccinations, and so he's had a rough day. He doesn't feel good. Thank you, Marco. Yes, Starseed Oracle by Rebecca Campbell. And again, those links are in the description below. I missed you, my favorite psychic. Hey, everyone. Hey, Amanda. Hey, Brittany. But yeah, guys, every Tuesday night, I'm going to jump on. Also, I'm inside tonight because my other reading space is outside, and it is 102 degrees outside. And I was like, I'm good. That's really not normal for Colorado, but I don't know if anyone else out there is in the Midwest right now. We have this huge dry heat, or not dry, it's dry here, but just a heat spell going on, and it's hot. I had a very important question, but I can't remember it. Maybe it'll come to you. Awesome. So let me get started with the message for everyone tonight. And this is from the Starseed Oracle. And really quick, if you're ever getting a new deck and you're wanting to get into it, there's all sorts of things you can do. What is with this piece of hair? I miss this piece of hair. This is how my day is going. Oh wait, here, look, I have another hair tie. Bam. Throwing it together tonight, you guys. But yeah, if you're ever getting a new deck, you can do all sorts of things to cleanse it. Like you could put it in a crystal grid, you can put it out in the full moon. Honestly, I think just setting an intention over it is enough. A lot of people like knock the cards to like wake them up, and I think this is a very like clairsentient, heck, even clairaudient way to just like connect with cards more. Turn up this light. I'm very pink today, too. I'm in Florida. Oh, my gosh. And I can't even complain if you're in Florida, Brittany. Hey, Heidi. Free readings in a second. South North Carolina. Oh, my gosh. Yeah. And humidity. I don't have that in Colorado. And humidity makes it a bajillion times worse. But yeah, that's a few ways that you can cleanse your deck. And one of the things I always like to do, first pull of a new deck, I always ask, what can I use this deck for? So I kind of ask it for like its energy and its role in my life. So like, for example, when I asked that of this deck, this is like very light energy. Use this when you just need something light and peaceful and not intense. I have another one that's like an archetype deck. And that one is like, we're here for business and we're going to tell you the things you probably don't want to hear. And so when I feel that energy come through, I grab that deck. Oracle of the Mermaids came across very much like relationship stuff. So I always grab this one for relationships. And I didn't, now that I'm realizing it, I totally didn't ask my Moonology cards what they're here for. Let's ask that right now. So we can just, new deck, just ask it, what should I use you for? What is your energy all about? And then you pull a card. Emotions are running high. Actually, now that I think of it, I think I did ask this question. Emotions are running high. So maybe using this deck when somebody's like really involved in something and they're just like super stressed out about it, maybe that's this deck to use when it's very like emotions based. But again, for this card, or for the Starseed cards, it literally pulled up the card like community and other people. So now I'm going to kind of get it stuck in my head. Okay, if we're dealing with like other people, or maybe just like relationships in general, maybe friends, or like working with others, maybe I'll pull this Starseed deck. And I'm also hearing that on like a spiritual level from my guides. So jumping into the group, whoops, I'm about to lose everything. Jumping into the group reading, I got Cracked Open. Let's see how well you'll be able to see these. This light is super shiny. Ugh. These cards are really pretty. You can't really see it. So Cracked Open. This says Rock Bottom. Surrender to the alchemy of life. And then I pulled All Paths Lead Home. And it looks like some sort of like Stonehenge. Inner authority, intuition, turn your gaze within. And then the last card, this one's really pretty. This camera is not doing it justice. These look so icky with my camera, but maybe if I put it in front of my face. Focus. A new earth. It's happening. Keep holding the vision. And I pulled one Moonology card to sort of support this. But what this energy feels like, and I don't know about you guys, but this is so me right now, but the rock bottom card, feeling cracked open, like just feeling like things are not working right now. Like, I don't know. And I keep blaming Mercury retrograde, but I have two cards here. Surrender to the divine, surrender to the alchemy of life. I think we've been pushing too hard to try to make something happen. We just need to let go of it for a bit. And how do we do that? We use our inner intuition. Turn your gaze within, inner authority. And honestly, whenever I go through these moments, it's crazy how you can just sit still for a minute, maybe do a meditation. Heck, not even do a meditation, just journaling can sometimes help you just like clear up all the junk that's going on in your mind. And I don't know about you guys too, but I have been having crazy town dreams. Crazy town. And sometimes when that happens, it's because our guides are trying to speak to us and get our attention. And so intuition can also be like paying attention to your dreams. But this is just an affirmation, or this is just confirmation, that we are in this spot of just like things are not working. And it's okay. We need to surrender to the divine, trust that the processes are working out, that there's higher purpose. I like to think of it as like when there's chaos, when crap hits the fan, it needs to, because things are not working as is. And so when the crap hits the fan and it all falls to the ground, it falls in a better place and things end up working a lot better for you. And then I think our guys were like, all right, they're just going to roll their eyes and just be like, all right, just like, give me what I want now. And they're trying to assure us that it's happening. Keep holding the vision. Like, we're not going to lose whatever it was that we were trying to manifest. Holding the vision. Like, I think of intention. Like, what is the intention that you're still putting out there? And maybe that's how we kind of got a little cracked open. I'm hearing boundaries are huge. Like, maybe we have not been on top of our boundaries. And this could just be with like our time and our energy, maybe giving too much to other people, which would make sense with the Starseed Oracle deck and that community message that I pulled earlier as to like, what is this card about? I feel like we've been giving just too much to other people. So we need to go inwards, turn back to our intuition, know that what we're trying to manifest is still there. We just kind of like got a little distracted. We're off our path, but that path we can get back on that path using our intuition. And then as long as we're just holding the intention, holding the vision of what we want, we're going to get back there. And the keyword surrender. I feel like I am the worst at surrendering. Even though like I tell people to do it all the time in our readings. I'm going to just ask really quick, how can we better surrender? And I'm going to pull from my other deck. And I'm pulling from my really light vibe deck because that card, bam. We need it. Peace. Gosh, we just need to sit still. We need to sit still. Like, we literally just need to do like a meditation. Like, I feel like that's what this card usually means for me. It's about just like chilling out. Chill out, take a seat, take a bath, like purposely set aside like 2 hours of your night where you're not doing anything. Stop trying to fill the time with something. I just want to look at your comments. That's my favorite deck. I watched a video earlier and the girl rang a bell to cleanse her deck. Yes, absolutely. Sound therapy is definitely like a huge thing that I haven't covered yet on my channel. But one thing that I teach in my my video courses is that sometimes the sound of things can help you kind of shift into your intuitive mode. So a lot of times you'll actually see psychics who right before a reading, they might ring a chime. I also knew one lady who right before bed, she was trying to like really engage her like dreaming. And so she rang a chime to kind of signify like, all right, it's bedtime. I'm going to dream now. And then when she woke up, she would like chime it the other way or something to signify, okay, we're done. We're turning this off. But it's kind of like this, it's kind of like tapping. It's like setting a ritual where your brain just kind of clicks into the same mode. So yeah, sound is definitely like, if you resonate with that, literally, definitely try that. Hello, Warmers Intuitive. Love the Moonology cards. Yes, I just got them. Those are for me. Everyone can go home. This whole reading was for Amanda. I just remember a healing energy coil help heal me. Hey, Anne Boleyn! I did an email reading for Anne Boleyn. I hope you got it okay. I am taking donations tonight. I'm just doing the group reading for everybody. So I start the night by doing a group reading. That way, if like any of you guys missed it and you're catching it replay, you can always still like watch that beginning part so that you feel like you didn't totally miss out. But yeah, surrender is so difficult. Like, does somebody know how to do it? Because please tell me. I love little cleansing bowls. They really center. Thanks, Anne Boleyn. I'm glad it helped. Alrighty, guys. Okay. Oh, did I pull a card on surrendering? I think I did. Oh, yeah, it was the peace card. Okay, cool. All right, let's get into individual readings. So basically, how I do the individual readings is if somebody sends a donation, then we get to them first. If there's no donations, we kind of do little guessing games, and those are free readings for whoever guesses the thing that I'm thinking of. And I've sort of structured it a little bit more because I know I was kind of vague before. So $5 is like one question, $10 is two questions, 15, three questions, kind of up and up. If you'd rather not ask several questions, you can just have me spend more time on that original question, if that makes sense. But yeah, also guys, I have membership. So if you notice, like Shanna has like this cool, she's like, she's green on my end. I don't know if she's green to you guys. And she has this badge, and I'm about to introduce a second level of my membership. I'm just waiting for the badges to get designed. Hey everyone. And then perfect, a super little guy jumping in to further prove my point. Oh, got you, Mario. Gotcha. All right. Let's jump into it. So, guessing game. Oh, Anne Boleyn beat me to it. Literally, right when I said that. Awesome, Anne Boleyn. Let me know. And I apologize if I'm saying your name wrong. I hope I'm saying it right. Let me know for those, and Shanna, thank you too. If you have questions, feel free to throw those up. You know, Myra, I've never heard of healing coils. I'll have to look that up and get back to you. You should remind me next week. Edward. I know your name is Edward, but I want to like respect privacy, and like if I don't want to call people by their name, because some of you I've done readings for, and like let me know. Hey Jesse. You're definitely saying it right. Not many do. Like, I don't know why I feel like I've heard it or something similar. My hair's driving me nuts tonight, guys. I've had a busy last 2 weeks, but it's finally let up. It's finally over. General message from guides or loved ones. Heck yes, I pulled my Talking to Heaven cards today too. Your new room is much brighter. This is technically my old room. And by my old room, it's my husband's like man cave. But my shed that I normally read in is outside, and it's got like a really crappy AC unit. It's 102 degrees outside right now. So I was like, I'm not going out there. I am coming inside. Okay. Amberlynn, let me know what your question is. I'm just going to read for Shanna really quick. Thank you guys for your donations. I would love a general message from my guides or loved ones. Okay. I'm shuffling these ones, so I think this one needs to come first. That one is for you. Ooh. I'm just trying to tune into who could be giving this message. Normally when I do a reading, I try not to rely on the cards too much, but to keep it kind of quick, I do cards during our live nights. And I pulled Tears Cleanse the Soul, Shanna. So maybe this is a message about, you know, like it's okay to cry about this. It's okay to still grieve about this. Like I'm hearing like, even though it's been a long time, like there's no shame in that. And then this person, I feel like these are two different people. Like this, I'm feeling like grandmother energy, Tears Cleanse the Soul. If only I'd known what, if I had only known then what I know now, I would have lived differently. I feel like you have a lot of people in spirit, Shanna. I'm getting them all mixed up. I feel like you have like, and I sort of pick up on relationships. It feels like an uncle or a brother or a cousin who's very like close family-wise. Maybe you didn't see them often. Did you maybe lose them suddenly? I could just be warming up and not connecting correctly either. I do, but I've only heard from my uncle. Gotcha. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm reading Shanna really quick, and then I need to jump back up to Amberlynn. Yeah, let me just tune in with my intuition because this is just confusing me. Tears Cleanse the Soul. This feels, again, like a grandma. If only I'd known then what I know now, I would have lived differently. I feel like this is like, yeah, like it feels like a brother or, I mean, it could be that uncle, but it feels like somebody who just made wrong decisions, or on the outside maybe might have looked like he didn't do the best things in this life. And when this message comes through, like, you know, I didn't know what I was doing when I was here, but now I'm in a different place. I see it from a new perspective. I want to try again. I want to do better. And it's almost like an apology is kind of how I take this, of like maybe how I treated you, if that makes sense. Let me come back to your loved ones and just do general message from your guides. I'm supposed to be pulling the Starseed. Keep forgetting I have a new deck. Look at that. They're doing this to boost my confidence because they know I'm worried I'm not connecting. Star family. Like, this is like saying you have a ton of family in the stars, in the universe. You're part of a team of souls. Call in support. Ooh, these cards are so pretty together. Yin. So this is about receiving. And Shanna, this is like receiving with your intuition is what I'm hearing. Like, you can connect with them at any time. Ooh, this is interesting. I'm reading these cards for the first time. The Courageous Peony. Maybe they might communicate to you through peonies. Multifaceted, unique nature. Let yourself be seen. I feel like they're trying to give me way too big of messages in a very small amount of time. Because this courageous peony, Shanna, I feel like is them saying, like, you actually have, like, a lot of abilities and you have a lot of connection to us, and we're here to help you both, like, with your intuition, your work, like, how you deal with other people. They're giving you abundance too. Your family and spirit is, like, the major drive for, like, how you manifest things. They're, like, delivering information to you, they're delivering money to you, they're delivering opportunities to you. And so it's like when you connect with them better, it's almost like they're saying, like, you elevate to this new height. I don't know if I'm making any sense, Shanna. I feel like they're being very big and vague. My uncle, I did lose suddenly. Oh, maybe that's him. Starve him, and don't ever let your confidence go. It's more that I'm just, like, warming up and doubting myself. And that's why I'm spending so long, because I want to make sure it's good. But again, I feel like they're giving you this introduction of, like, this unique, like, I don't have words to it, but I can see you, and I can see you. You're just like, you have 2 foot. You have 2 feet in both worlds. You can be here in this reality, but you can also be in this spiritual reality connecting with your family. And it's almost like the power for you to manifest is just, like, comes so much more easily to you. But they're also, like, taking credit for it. They're like, I'm here too, and we're, like, doing a lot of this. I hope that makes sense. I need to really work on my grounding. You're very much making sense. Okay. Okay. One more message for Shanna. I am not dead. That makes so much sense. Like, I don't know. Okay, this is what it is, Shanna. I'm feeling like this Oracle deck, so it comes with a booklet, and I haven't read it. And I think that this, the Starseed Oracle, this whole book, this whole Oracle card set is supposed to be about, like, literally, like, Starseed, and, like, I don't really understand that concept. I'm very new to it, but it's like, I think that's why I don't have the words for this, is because they're communicating in this, like, this context that I'm not aware of, because I haven't, like, read the booklet that came with it. And I was like, oh, maybe I'll be okay without it. But now I know. I think they're trying to communicate this, like, concept that's, like, I haven't been introduced to, and that's what it's feeling like in my head. It's like this very, like, next level. Like, they're showing me, I've told them, like, give me something, like, equivalent, and they're like, if you and an angel could combine in one on this earth, like, what would that look like? And I feel like, for whatever reason, Shanna, you have the ability to do this really well. And the peony is just really sticking out to me. Maybe that's a symbol they communicate with. I'm literally hearing that you were a peony. I don't know how, but maybe go buy some peonies and put them in your house. I think I just need to let go of the fact that I might not know everything about this, but if it resonates with you, that's all that matters. Thank you, Shanna. I could just get the grounding and centering down. Totally. And that can be such, like, a huge hurdle when you're first starting, Shanna, but I feel like once you get it, you're just going to be leaps and bounds. Like, your intuition is just going to, like, skyrocket. I'm not even worried about it. Awesome. Thank you, Shanna. So I'm behind. Sorry, guys. Anne Boleyn, did she end up throwing up a message? $115, Jesse? Oh my gosh, that is so hot. Is that Arizona? I know you guys have said where you're from before. It's so hard to keep track of you all. Hi, Jocelyn. Welcome. Sorry, I'm catching up on paid readings, and then once I've kind of done all of those, we always go back to free guessing game readings. Hi, Jenny. And Super Widow Guy, I'll get back to you. Okay, so Amberlynn, a friend of mine named Sam passed away in a car accident. Oh, this is what's happening. I was totally picking up on this energy beforehand. They're all just muddled in my brain. A car accident leaving my house a few months ago. Ooh. Why the significance of leaving your house? The significance of leaving your house, I just got a bunch of chills, is because they want, or this friend, so you might be like, whoa, that's weird. Sam, I don't know if that's a boy or girl, but Sam left my house and passed away. And you've kind of been like, ooh, that's weird. You know, is there something there? Where's that? There's hair. And immediately I got, because I'm like, there's no such thing as coincidences. And so I asked, like, is there significance there? And it's just like they want you to wake up to the fact that you might have this intuition, that you might have this ability, and if you're wanting a taste of it, they're just trying to get your attention. And when I say they, it's like your guides. They're trying to get your attention and get you to notice that there's another world out there of like non-coincidences, of things happening with a reason, and just like I'm hearing divine timing, and like my words aren't coming out today. So like, I don't know, Amberlynn, if you're like worried, like, oh my gosh, did I jinx it or did I do something? Like, don't. This friend says, I see all of your thoughts. And I think that's her being like, or him being like, don't, it's not like about you. It's not something weird. You didn't jinx it. It was just like perfect timing. Like I had to pass somewhere, and you also maybe just needed a message at that same time of like, pay attention to your intuition. I did two up there. Okay, thank you. She also says we are so connected. I feel like you think of this friend as kind of like an acquaintance, but I actually think she felt pretty close to you. I wouldn't be surprised, Amberlynn, if like as you are developing your intuition, she actually comes to you quite a bit. Okay, any messages from Sam? She wanted to say she's apologizing. She's sorry. She's like, I feel bad that it had to be like at your house and you like had to have that stress on you. I'm just seeing if there's like anything else in relation to that. And she's like, just let it go. Use your intuition. Just further confirming that moment, you know, don't read into it too much. It's just a sign to use your intuition to maybe connect with her. I feel like, Amberlynn, if you're gonna be into any of this kind of stuff, you would be more, of a medium. Ugh. And watch out for your boundaries. Watch out for your boundaries, Amberlynn, because I feel like you have a tendency to attract negative spirits, which I think is also why you might be interested in mediumship, so that you can control that better. Like, Amberlynn, I don't know why I'm seeing you like totally like on a paranormal investigation team. Like, you might not actually literally go and do that, but I feel like they're like showing me that you actually have this affinity for like more, not affinity, but you might attract more negative spirits. And if you disagree with this, don't let this become your new intention. Like, be like, nope, that's not me. She was wrong. But it feels like the reason why that is, though, is because you can handle it. You can handle it, Amberlynn, and you can move them towards the light. You can push them away. I'm hearing like you can help others in their homes, like get rid of these spirits. And I feel like you actually have like a really big, you might not yet, but once you like start practicing like feels like a huge amount of confidence over like your space and getting rid of spirits, connecting with them. I just feel like you're really good at that. Okay, and then as well as anything new from my dad, maybe with his granddaughter's birthday coming, they were his favorites. He spoils her so much. Maybe a sign for him for her. Dad is saying sorry he has to miss it. Oh, weird. I just pulled this card and I asked for a message from Dad, but it's like further affirming the boundaries, and there's like multiple faces in here. I don't know, Anne Boleyn. If you're not interested in mediumship, you can let it go, but I feel like you'd be really good at it. I think these mediumship cards are throwing me off. Your dad says we will be together again. I love that. Let's ask him for a sign for your daughter. Okay, I immediately got candles, like speaking to you through the candles, like if the candle flames like spark up or maybe go out really quickly. Like he's also saying light. And I'm asking him like why he's preferring to communicate this way. And he's saying it's easier for your daughter to see it, and it's like a more noticeable, it's like when the lights flicker. It's like a more noticeable get your attention sort of thing. And I feel like she just might not be aware of all of that. Anything else from Dad? He's not talking too much to me. He's just like showing himself to me, and he's showing me him at like your kid's birthday, and like he's like just in the background like clapping, and like he's like putting on a hat, which to me is just like all confirmation that like he's there. And the fact that he's like participating in the event means to me that like he can see what's going on. He can be a part of it. He can influence things. He's very much still involved in your life. And although you can't maybe see him or hear him the best, that doesn't mean he's not there. I'm feeling like lights, Anne Boleyn. I hope she's still with us. She's here with me. She agreed her lights flickered all the time in her room. No way. That's cool. Thank you, Anne Boleyn. I hope that helped. All right. Sorry guys, I'm catching up on paid readings. I'm very slow apparently. So Super Little Guy, Edward. Will I be able to start and grow a scalable income stream within the next couple months? Heck yeah, let's look. I'm hearing like a yes but. So what's the but? Okay, we're just going to pull this card all night long. Use your intuition. I'm seeing like Edward, like I feel like all the decisions you have in front of you are actually pretty good. Like I feel like you're just a very smart business person. But there's it's like little things, really tiny little things that you might make out of like, I'm hearing the word like rash decision. Like you might make a quick decision because you just like, you want to get to the goal or like, the quick money or something like that. And so this is like more of a like stop in every moment and try to really do an intuition double check is what they're saying. My husband is watching me on his phone and I just heard my own voice out in the hallway. That was weird. I think that was me. It sounded like me. Anyway, so yeah, Edward, they're literally, I've never used this phrase before, but they're like, do an intuition double check. So whenever you're maybe just like a little bit on the fence about something, just do a double check. Like, should I release this tomorrow or Friday? Is there anything though that he should be worried about? I'm just not feeling anything. If anything, it just feels like timing. Like you're going to get frustrated and impatient Edward, if you didn't catch the group reading at the beginning, I would watch that because it feels like very much that same message. I'm asking if there's anything that could be blocking you, Edward, and I just got the round and round card in reverse. And this card is more about mindset of like, you're worried that you're not going forward. You're worried that you're going in circles or something like that. But this card is all about just being like, no, I'm not doing that. I am moving forward. So like, to me, Edward, it's all for you about intention. Like, what intention are you putting out there? And if you're doubting yourself, then you're putting out, doubt about your business idea, and it's just like not going to manifest as easily, if that makes sense. So really the self-doubt and patience is like all I'm getting. And to just stick with it. It might happen a little bit. It might take a little bit longer than you think, but it's going to happen. I'm really like, and with business stuff, sometimes I feel like I should label myself as like a business psychic, because that kind of stuff I just pick up on like so easily. So if I feel like there's any hiccups, I feel like I'd notice, but I'm feeling pretty good about it. Yay. Awesome. Amanda donated. Amanda probably did it through Venmo. Looks like it. Sorry, guys. I'm catching up. All right, Amanda, question about spirituality. Will I ever hone in my psychic ability? Will I find peace? I just want inner peace and happiness. What am I missing or doing wrong? That is a great question. So Lauryn here, not psychic. Yes, you can hone your psychic ability. It takes practice, and sometimes you guys sometimes you just have to like go, all right, there must be something wrong with this deck. The intuition card tonight. That's so funny. Everyone needs to hone their intuition. That's like the message tonight. But what was I saying? Sorry, Amanda. As far as will you ever hone your psychic ability? Yes. Just know that sometimes like literally getting in person, practicing on other people, really like forcing yourself to do it can sometimes make a world of difference. And I feel like some people just practice in their home and they practice on themselves and they do it maybe like once a week, and then they're grumpy or frustrated that nothing has changed. And so if, Amanda, you feel like this resonates with you in any way, maybe find something to really push yourself out of your comfort zone. Like sign up for a class, offer to do a reading in person for somebody, because I feel like you're just going to learn and grow so much quicker that way. And so let me read these cards. Yes, you're going to find your intuition. Like, this is upright. This is all about intuition. I keep pulling this card. Turn your gaze within. I'm also feeling like, Amanda, maybe try something different. Maybe the exercises that you're doing are just not resonating with you. Interesting. So I'm using the Starseed Oracle deck tonight, you guys. It's completely new to me. So all of these cards are basically brand new. So this is Earthed, but I pulled it in reverse. Learning how to be human in the world, but not of it. And to me, this almost says like you're almost too grounded, which, don't get me wrong, you need to be grounded to stay protected. But sometimes that energy can actually like hinder you from really like picking up on your intuition. And so they're literally showing me, Amanda, to try some sort of meditation where you unground yourself, like protect yourself and everything. But then when you're like ready to turn on your psychic ability, like they're showing me like imagine growing wings and flying upwards. And I mean, you could do any sort of visualization that you want to do, but something to lift you, to get you off the ground, to get you in a different space. They're saying no drugs. And then obviously Lauryn is saying, make sure to come back down when you're done. Make sure to, disconnect, come back to the ground. One of my favorite exercises is you can send a cord of light from your core down into the ground, wrap it around the core of the earth. I just feel like you're naturally a little bit more grounded, Amanda, and that's how I am too. If anything, I have a harder time getting into my psychic ability versus getting like out of it or like turning it off. Ooh, deep cellular healing. Arcturus energy. I don't know what that is. Maybe look that up. Physical and emotional healing. If you guys watched my video I put up like 2 weeks ago, I talked about how to read tarot and oracle cards intuitively if you don't know the deck, and that's basically what I'm doing right now. And I'm just being really drawn to, like, there's this archway and it's going back into the distance. And to me, Amanda, this is like going deeper within your intuition. Like, I really feel like it's like a matter of like, are you spending a long amount of time to get into it? Are you trying to like just jump into it and get a message in 2 seconds? Maybe there just needs to be a little bit more discipline around just like the time spent, which makes sense with what I was picking up earlier. You're very close to achieving your goal. I think they want to say this because they don't want you to be discouraged, Amanda. I mean, this is the moon. Well, I guess this is the Moonology deck. Never mind. There's going to be a moon on every card. But I mean, it did stick out to me in that way. So, okay, this is kind of cool. So the moon on this card has like little images on it. And it's probably reversed to you guys. I don't know. But I'm totally seeing like a monkey in there. And my brain immediately went to monkey mind. And so again, just that affirmation, Amanda, of like just really trying to get out of your left brain. I think you're just too grounded, too much in that left brain, analytical mind. Maybe spending a little bit more time going deeper. Trying maybe a different way of getting into it. I almost feel like maybe look up deep cellular healing. Maybe there's like something there that you could be exploring. Because I know there's a lot of people that believe in like cell wisdom and stuff and like inherited genes and things from like your ancestors. And so I wonder if that has like anything to do with it. I'm so behind on your comments. Let me just see if Amanda said anything else. And then Jordan, I haven't forgot about you. Thank you. Amanda. You inspire me, Lauren. That's all I see. Amanda, okay, I can do that. Oh man, I can't get into it. I don't know what it is. Arcturus. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Maybe look that up. Yes, you're absolutely right. Anything else for Amanda? I think I need to cap it off there. Thank you, Amanda. I hope that helps. All right, I didn't answer your second question. I'm sorry. I'm going to go back to that really quick. Where did it go? I don't know how I'm going to handle this when I get more people in here because I'm so slow. I just want that inner peace and happiness. Oh, yeah. What am I missing or doing wrong? I just wanted to pull one card there. I feel like I kind of jumped in on what were you doing wrong, maybe intuitively. And then as far as that inner peace and happiness, this is, I feel like what this card is more about. Show the world the real you. So maybe that's why you're not really feeling the happiest, Amanda. Maybe it's because you're just not embracing who you are and what you want to do. And I'm seeing like watercolor in this painting. And I'm thinking of this video that I watched earlier today. And my guides are using that as an example of this girl who like, she did all these jobs, hated every single moment of them, but really just wanted to do her artwork, which is watercolor. And once she just finally accepted that and like pushed forward with it, she just became a much more blossom person. She was happier. She's like, she dressed how she wanted to dress. She was just like, I don't know. She just embodied the person that she was and she stopped being afraid of it. So maybe there's a message within that of like, maybe that's a place to start. Show the world the real you. Full moon in Aquarius, if that also means anything to you. And it's a woman watering, cleansing herself. She's got like a water jug. Arcturus, like Atlantis, maybe? I'll Googs it. You're welcome, Amanda. Thank you. All right, who am I missing? Okay, so I'm on Jordan now. Let's see if Jordan left a question. Forgot to put in my message. Any messages for me? Anything on my situation? Ooh, I feel that situation. What is that situation? Ugh, I don't like it. It's other people, isn't it? Blech. Boundaries, Jordan. Get away from them. Ooh, you are too empathic. That makes so much sense. I think you're being too empathic to the situation, Jordan. You're letting other people's energy in, which to me, like, just makes sense. Like, I know I'm always like, I don't believe in Mercury retrograde, but then I'm always like, I do. I just feel like that's affecting so much of us right now. Absorbing what's not yours, empathic starseed. So I feel like, Jordan, you might be blowing this up into something like bigger than it needs to be. And like, this has been like all of my week last week. Y'all, can I just tell you a story? Somebody pause, but maybe this has something to do with it, Jordan. But I was okay. So my son's birthday was the other day. It was really hot out, so we went to the park. And we were hanging out in the park, and my husband and I brought a single beer each, and we were hanging out, sitting on the park, the grass, and like had a blanket. And this family, religious family, walks up, sees us, and like, I mean, they're like feet from us, and they look at us, and they're all like gossiping to each other and like turning their heads and looking at us with their like eyebrows, like, and then they were praying for us. And I think it was because we had the beer. I don't know. But they did the whole, like, I don't know, the cross thing. And like, as they were staring at us, and oh my gosh, we did not feel, or what's the word? I've never felt so obviously judged in my life. And we were just having a beer. But anyway, that, and the point that I'm trying to make, Jordan, is like, I like let that get to me so bad, and I was so empathic to the situation. But here's the thing, they could have not been talking about me. They could have been talking about something else. Like, it could have been not about us at all. They could have had resting bitch face and been praying for the grass. I don't know. Like, do you get my point? The point is like, whatever the situation is, you're blowing it up into your mind into something that it's not. And you're being just like too empathic about it. You're letting it get to you too much. So just set those boundaries. And like this other card that I pulled is about protection, safety, trusting the other people. Sometimes with the situations that like are stressing us out, sometimes if we've put the first foot forward and show that we're like going to be the better person in the situation, it turns out for the better. And it just opens the air up for that. And I just feel like, Jordan, this is like a total miscommunication. Again, like Mercury retrograde energy is what I'm getting. I used my intuition on my question. I wanted to hear your response to compare mine. Yeah, Jordan, let me know what you think about it. Wait, my energy is being tainted by other people. No, less that and more like other people might be saying or doing something, and you're picking up on their emotions too much. That's what being empathic is. And then you might be just misinterpreting it because you don't know maybe what's you versus what's them. Didn't even know my energy was affected by retrograde. And Jordan, if you don't believe in it, throw it away, because I don't want you to get into a spot of feeling like you don't have that control. I think that was more just like an example of like retrograde is basically like miscommunication. There's a lot of miscommunication going on. That's what I would take it as. Too sensitive. Yeah, that's another word for it. I'm hearing abundance and sort of new stuff too, but that could be bias. Well, and you could be picking up a totally different message than I am also. Doesn't mean you are wrong at all. Thanks for the donation, Jordan. All right, I think I'm all caught up on donations. That was fantastic. Thank you. Thank you, Shanna. Let's see. California, Jesse. Oh, yeah. You are in that zone, too, of it being so hot. Oh, yeah. Hi, Chandra. So basically what we do, first I do donations. I do them very slowly. But once I get to them, then we do free reading, guessing games, and that's how we do our nights. I've been hearing voices. It's one of the people who I know that has a very irritating effect on me. It's very startling. I think that sometimes happens with us when, again, we're letting other people's stuff, their energy come into our space. And when we're constantly worried about what they have to say, it's like that insecurity comes through. Do you ever get that? Like it sounds like them? Absolutely. And sometimes what I do in those situations is I stop and I'm like, why am I hearing this person? You know, the fact that you like pointed out that they're very irritating to me, it's like, what about their energy are you letting in? And when I say that, like, don't think like people are possessing you. Like, that's not what I mean at all. It's more like, how are you letting their energy affect you? And by thinking about them a lot. I'm just now seeing this. Amberlynn definitely does interest me a lot. And there's been so many questions I've had for her. And I've been told that before. Interesting. Hey, Eureka, thank you for all the Eureka. It's probably not Eureka. Sorry. It's probably Eureka. I don't know. I should be better with my Japanese names. But Eureka, thank you for commenting on all my videos. When you guys comment on my videos, it basically tells YouTube that like people like my videos enough to comment. So it actually helps a lot. So even if you're already subscribed, you can help by doing that. She is here with me. She agreed to her. Oh, I read that already. Sorry, Edward. Finally got to you. I think you should do it if I don't. Oh, okay. Myra was talking to Amberlynn. Yes! Joining late, but I'm here. Hey, Silly Rabbit! Good to see you. Hi, Lauren. Hi, SMC 129. I'm feeling so stuck and drained. Ugh. Jenny, I know what you mean. Watch the beginning reading that I did for everybody. Maybe that will help. Today's my son's 7th angelversary. Oh no, I'm sorry, SMC. You're probably right. Thanks, Edward. Hey guys, sorry if you're just joining me. I'm catching up. I was basically doing donated readings, and then we'll get to free readings. I'm just catching up on the comments. Hi, Karen. Tips on how to hone our intuition. Check out my channel. It's all tips. When I get out of money problems, I'm going to go get your course. Thank you, Myra. I appreciate that. I think you guys, sorry. I'm also going to have to let go of not reading every single comment. Arcturus is a star, I think. That makes sense because this is the Starseed Oracle, which I'm throwing all over my floor. No comment, ask Lauren. I might have missed all of these. Arcturians are a species of starseeds. See, yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier with Shanna. I feel like this is a concept that I don't know. And that's why I was like not like totally getting it. I didn't have the context or the vocabulary to like communicate this. So I need to go and read the book that comes with it. Like I literally got it in today and I was like, I'm going to use it. Arcturians are very good at math and science. Cellular healing resonated with Arcturians too. Interesting. Yurka, maybe you should do the readings because you know more than me. Thanks, Amanda. You're an Aquarius. I don't know too many Aquarians, so it doesn't like stick with me. I know a lot of Capricorns, Virgos, Cancers. I don't know too many Aquarius people. Can't handle the judginess. Oh, you guys are reacting to my story. Over a beer. Yes, it was a beer. Last time my girlfriend drank, she got pregnant by another man. I've never been. That's bizarre. Alrighty. Okay. I wish I was psychic like you. That's my whole channel happiness is everyone is psychic and I teach you how to be psychic. So subscribe. I'm bad at shameless plugs. Gave you a thumbs up too. Thank you, SMC. Oh, look at that, Eureka. I need to like make Eureka my hype man or woman. You can practice your psychic abilities. Lauryn, you pronounce my name right, the Japanese way. Also, Eureka, I was literally thinking about you a few days ago, and I wanted to ask you, do you think there are very many metaphysical stores in Japan? Because when I was in Tokyo 2 years ago, I just happened to stumble in on one, and I wondered if I just got lucky or if there's actually quite a few. Because I know Reiki originates from Japan, and I know the I Ching is like, I think it's Chinese originally, but I know that's, it's close to you, but I'm curious what the metaphysical community is like over there. Because I want to go back to Japan, and if I'm there, I want to do a video while I'm there. Also going to California this September. Who was from California? Was that Jessie? If there's anything you recommend doing over there, Jessie, I also want to do a video. I love you guys. You are psychic. Silly Rabbit is here. Lauryn, you need a moderator. I do. I don't know how to get one, though. Sorry, guys. I should ask if I'm alien. Look at all these Aquarian people in here. Look at you guys. Okay. I think I'm finally caught up. Sorry, guys. You really do need a moderator. I don't know how to find one. Do I put up a request on Indeed or Facebook jobs? Somebody come in. I don't know what it is. Okay. Yes, Jenny. So as far as that, watch my website or watch my YouTube channel. I have lots of videos around that. As far as it being like super active other times or sometimes and then other times not as much, that to me just says you don't know how to turn it on and turn it off. So maybe start there. You just need a beach with a beer. Is it true women are more intuitive than men? Oh, that's a good question. I could totally turn that into a video. I would say sometimes, not generally, because also like gender and, everything we're learning about it being like not necessarily so cookie cutter. I do think that in some ways, yes, though, because women are encouraged to use their intuition a little bit more than men, but that isn't like a hard rule. Pick from your trusted subs to moderate. That's a good point, Edward. I just feel like the people come and go. Like some of you guys are in here for like multiple weeks, and then maybe the next week or like after a couple of weeks, I won't see some of you guys. So it's like asking you guys to show up every single Tuesday just feels like so much to ask, but that's just me. Text to speech to All right, okay. Sorry, guys. Let's do a free reading. So guessing game. If you can think of the... No, that's too easy. If you can think of the color that I'm thinking of, then you get the reading. Yeah, Eureka's like on me. Like, let's get to it, woman. That's a good point, Shanna. Thank you. You guys are just here to help me. I love it. I appreciate you guys so much. And guess who got it? Eureka. Yellow. Bam. So Eureka, let me know what question you have. Just one question. If you offer paid moderator, I'm sure most will help, like profit sharing. Yeah, I think you said that last time, Edward, like give them a tip, or somebody said that. And I thought that was a great idea. I'm still trying to figure out, like, I haven't even been monetized for a full month yet. I have like a whole more week, and then I'll be monetized for a whole month. And I needed to see how much money I actually make off of that, so that I can accurately be like, this is how much you'll get. Because I didn't realize that Super Chat, YouTube takes 30% of my Super Chat. And when I figured that out, I was really bummed. I was like, oh, great. Hockey season is almost over. Then I'll be on here more consistently. Oh, that's cool. You play hockey? That's awesome, Brittany. Yellow. So Eureka, let me know what your question is. And then again, if anyone wants to get a paid reading in, I will always stop and prioritize those. This is such a beautiful deck. They basically just did like this collage of like all sorts of like, I don't know if you can see it. There's like stars and prisms, and it's really pretty. What do I need to focus on while I look for a part-time job? I have so much free time. You want to switch lives? Just kidding. Yeah, YouTube is the man taking 30%. And they take 50% of YouTube, or like ad revenue. So that's okay. Once you're making quite a bit, it doesn't quite matter. Super Chat is the way you pay, so you guys can see how there's like a little money button below. So like if you donate to me through Venmo, obviously I get to keep all that. And I didn't realize Super Chat takes quite a bit, but it's not a huge deal again. My goal here is not to make a lot of money. Surrender. Surrender, Eureka. That's the theme of tonight. Ooh, okay. Like, I'm getting like beach energy, Eureka. Like, this is like a person in a pool. He looks like he's in a floaty. But I think they tried to Photoshop it to make it look like a lily pad. It looks really weird, but like, I'm getting like to be outside, be in nature. Like, I was even hearing like get a tan, but I know that's like not necessarily something you would be into. Venus energy. Maybe that has some significance to you, Eureka, especially since you understand some more of that. Pleasure, joy, make love to life, surrender to the sweetness. I'm really seeing this, Eureka, as like, don't do the opposite of trying to get a bunch done. Like, you have all this free time. Don't necessarily go out and like try to build a business or like set all these goals and try to knock them out of the park. Like, do the exact opposite. Practice mindfulness. Like, go do things that make you happy. Like, go for a walk through the park and get some ice cream. Go to a pool. Go to a nature reserve, and just sit there and take photos, enjoy food, enjoy drinks. Like, just mindfulness. That's like the biggest thing that is popping out. Also, for you, deep cellular healing, I feel like this is a product of you going out and practicing mindfulness, Arcturus energy, physical and emotional healing. It feels like Eureka, like there's things that are under the surface that you might not even be aware of. And they're not bad things, like you're like unaware of them and you're forgetting about something huge. It's more just like you'll go out and you'll walk around and you'll be enjoying life and just like sitting in the sunshine, and you'll be like, oh wow, you have this idea that pops in your head, and then it like spurs you on to this big exploration, and it's actually super healing for you. Like, this is very like yin energy, like receiving, let it come to you. I am making my own deck, SMC. which thank you for reminding me, you guys. I'm making my own deck, and when it goes live on Kickstarter, I'm gonna need your support. So be prepared. It's gonna take me a very long time. It'll be like a couple months out, but stay tuned. I'll help with readings. Thanks, Edward. Silly Rabbit, maybe start with the Claire's videos. Why is everyone calling themselves an empath these days? I would hope people have empathy. Yeah, empath is literally just another word for someone who's very clairsentient. And I have a video on that. I just can't remember what it's called, but it's somewhere. Thanks, Jesse. Hang on one second. So, Jesse, I have a $5 minimum, but I could do like a yes or no question for 2. So I'm very yang, go, go, go type. So am I. Awesome. Thank you, Erica. Wish I could do that. I like the river. And you guys, if these messages resonate for you and the reading's not for you, take it. Take it as confirmation. Spirit likes to work in that way, is what I like to say. Okay, Jesse, what I'll just go ahead and do is I'll just pull one card. Yeah, you definitely can donate for more. I was going to just pull one card for you and just kind of stick with that. So I'll start there. But if you want to donate more, Jesse, I'll go into it. So this says, believe in yourself. You can do it. So your dad is like cheerleading you from beyond. Getting a tan resonates with me too. Oh, okay. I'm glad I said it. Alrighty. While I wait for Jessie, I'll give her a few more seconds in case she did. Also, guys, I have memberships now. I am going to introduce a new membership level, and this is the perk. So the next membership level is going to be $5 a month, and that is going to get you into a members-only live video. So like this, the last video of the month will be for members only. So basically it's the equivalent, and what I'm basically doing is I'm going to phase out my I have group nights where we practice our psychic ability, and it's the same price. It's $5 and it's once a month. And so I'm sort of combining them all on YouTube. So we're going to do either combination psychic practice or just live readings, but it's basically going to be the last Tuesday of every month. So your $5 membership will get you into that live reading. And again, members only, so you have exclusive access to that. I am going to add a $10 option. I'm just trying to figure out what you would get for that. Taking it slow and making sure it resonates with me and that I can put in the time and the energy to do it before I throw up membership levels. I'm trying. Oh, hold on. No worries, Jesse. Edward. Good, Lauren. Good. Yeah. And I mean, basically that's $5 is what you're paying for anyway to do my psychic practice nights. So all right. Awesome. Thank you, Jesse. Okay. So any more messages from Dad? I want to ask what he is trying to cheer you on about. Surrender. Surrender. I'll just connect with him intuitively, though. Does he have like big boisterous energy? Is he like, was he somebody that like everyone gravitated towards? I'm just asking like about his personality to make sure I'm connecting to the right person. Sounding like your money guy over there. Silly Rabbit, you always make me laugh. Yes, okay. Because, like, I feel like he's just loud and obnoxious, and he's, like, showing off, and, like, I can hardly even catch, like, a word that he's saying because he's just, like, "Wah!" all over the place. And so when something like that happens, you know, yes, I'm taking it as confirmation of his personality and that I'm connecting to the right person. But I think that's what he's cheering you on about, is, like, he wants you to put yourself out there more, to, like, be crazy, to, like, he's saying live, have fun. Like, I feel like you've just been so, like, meticulous about, like, I don't know if it's money or work or just, like, getting things done. He's like, have some fun, girl. Which makes sense with this card that I again pulled, surrender to the sweetness of life. So, like, same message of, I would say, less about mindfulness for you, Jesse, and more about there's like a dinosaur in here. But for you, sorry, it's more about I don't know, like, enjoying life, enjoying, and I'm specifically hearing, like, summer, like, really just going out and purposely doing the things that you want to do. And I feel like you're like, oh, I don't have enough money, but, like, he's like, I got you. Like, the money will come. Like, he's, like, encouraging you to put it on a credit card, which I'm just like, whoa, hold up. He's funny. And just know, guys, with spirits, like, sometimes they'll come in and give advice. They still have bias in some ways. And so sometimes they aren't always for your highest and best good, as if, like, a guide is. Sometimes they're very opinionated, and you don't have to listen to them just because they're deceased. And so that's why I'm, like, saying this, Jesse, with this, like, credit card thing. He's, like, showing me, like, this bold energy of just, like, go for it. Like, don't worry about it. You'll figure it out later. I do need to have more fun, 100%. Anything else from Dad? I'm telling him, be serious. Like, this is your opportunity. He's like, all right. Ooh, as a soul, I can be in several places at once. What do you mean by this? He's so funny. He's like, I just like the unicorn's hair. He's just messing with me. He doesn't even, like, I mean, yes, this message is probably still true, but he's just like, he is just such a jokester. He's like, I just like the unicorn's hair. You're funny. Oh, he cracks me up. Okay, my guys, because I'm having so much fun with him. Well, I'm just asking, why is he acting like this? And they're like, you need this energy. You need to embody this energy, Jesse. You would make anyone laugh. He's funny. Thank you, Jesse. I'm just kidding. Anything else? I know I've said that like 4 times, but because he keeps messing with me, I'm like, I feel like there needs to be more substance there, but I think he just wants to give you that energy. In Japan, there are a lot of crystal stores, fortune-telling stores, and they sell tarot and oracle cards. Japanese translation. Really? Oh, thank you for letting me know, Yurka. I literally stumbled in on one, and I've shared it before. It's on my Instagram. Like, you have to kind of dig deep into, like, 2019, but oh my gosh, it was the most beautiful metaphysical store I have ever seen in my life. They had this elaborate, like, goldfish tank and crystals all up and down the front and back windows. And I remember there was a reader in the back, and he was just smoking. Like, I could hardly even breathe in there. And he was giving someone a reading, and he was so loud and so aggressive, which was just cracking me up. But I really wanted to go in there and have, like, a translator. And this is, like, my goal is, like, sometime in the future, I'm going to go back to Japan, and I'm going to take a translator, and I'm going to get a reading from somebody in one of those stores. I also want to go get Reiki from somebody in Japan, because that's where Reiki originates from. This will probably be, like, on my channel, like, years from now, but goals. I miss his sense of humor. He still got it, that's for sure. Hey guys, if you're just joining me, basically how I do my live reading nights is we do guessing games. I'll do another one here in a second. And if you can guess what I'm thinking of, then you get the reading. If you don't want to wait, you can send a donation through Super Chat or Venmo. Excuse me. Okay. All right, so let's do a guessing game. Guessing game. Okay, you guys are replying to each other. Okay. I am thinking of an animal. If you can think of the animal that I'm thinking of, then you get the reading. And I think, guys, this will be my last free reading of the night. So anything after this will just wrap up donations. So I'm thinking of an animal. You have a Reiki teacher. He gives Reiki, and you learned Reiki from him. His salon is in Minato City, Tokyo. Akasaka. Is that different than Asakusa? Or is that the same one? Anyway. Minato City. I can't remember if I went there or not. I took like a 2.5 weeks in Japan. It was so much fun. It's like trip of a lifetime. Did anybody guess it? Mongoose. More basic than mongoose. Nobody's got me yet. Right? Yeah, no. Ooh. Waggle. Not Asakusa. It's Akasaka. Sorry if I'm totally butchering these. Oh, you guys are close. Oh, okay. So it was Jesse. Jesse had bird. I mean, and some of you got like eagle and hawk, which was close, but I'm just going with the actual word. Sushi. Awesome. So Jesse, let me know what your question is. Dang you, Jesse. I just saw like water fountains, like beautiful water fountains, like outdoor like shows. I don't know if that's a message for anybody. Will I be able to manage my anxiety? And I know, so Jesse, even though Jesse did a paid reading, I usually let somebody who does a paid reading still guess. Why am I drawing these cards? What? Okay, what am I doing? I'm all over the place. Shakes a non-aggressive fist at Jesse. I think we listed the whole animal kingdom. You guys did a really good job. Yeah. You guys are funny. I appreciate that y'all get along in the comments, because there's some YouTube channels where people just like, even like on like electronic like chill music radio, people will be like fighting in the comments. You know what I mean? It's like, oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? Surrender, Jesse. Apparently, I shouldn't have called this the Starseed Oracle deck. I should have called it the 2 cards from Starseed Oracle deck, which is Surrender and Intuition. Surrender to the sweetness. And again, every time I get it, the same card, I still try to read it in a completely new way. I am just so drawn to the water. Honestly, who is this? Jesse? I think that water fountain image I was totally seeing was for you. It was just even before you had gotten it. Because I'm seeing like this pink water fountain, like you being outside. Like the closest thing I could think of is like when I went to Disneyland and saw the World of Colors water show, or just like a 4th of July water show. Why am I seeing that? It's less about the water show and more of this like clairsentient feeling that I'm getting, where you are around a bunch of people and you feel so connected to them that you're all in that moment watching something together and are in awe. And you just, it's like you feel each other's hearts. That's a weird way of like putting it, but that's what I'm feeling. So as far as like, can you manage your anxiety? I'm seeing that as like a huge yes confirmation of like, there's going to be a moment when you can stand in a crowd and totally handle it. And the fact that I'm like feeling it clairsentiently, Jesse, that to me says maybe focus on your clairsentient abilities, maybe shutting them down, putting up boundaries around them. Only good vibes. You guys are cute. Thank you, Michael. Hang on one sec. That sounds glorious. I mean, that's how I feel like at any Disney parade. I'm just like, I love everyone. Is anyone else out there big Disney fans? I'm like a Disney Parks fan. I'm going in September and I'm going in April. I'm dying. I haven't traveled in forever. I'm a huge traveler. Hi, Roberto. Welcome. Like when you're at a concert and everyone is feeling the same vibe. Yes, Shanna. And that can even happen like in a church setting too. But I think the point there, Jesse, was like, you're going to be, that was like such a yes. Like you're going to be able to be around everyone and be totally in control of it. I didn't even show you the other card I pulled really quick. I also pulled the Star Family for you, but I'm feeling, again, it's like that confirmation of you being connected. You can't really see, but these are all little like people floating in the air, but they're all connected back to the star, and therefore they are connected back to each other. You're part of a team of souls. Call in support. I feel like I could keep going further with this, Jesse, but I want to stop it there. But just the general vibe that I'm getting is like this weird thing of like embracing others around you will also help you with your boundaries around them. I hope that makes sense. It's still a work in progress. You never went to Disney World? No, book a ticket. Just kidding. I know it's not for everybody. Disney is magic. Oh, Shanna, I live for Disney. I think when I go in April, and I'm not saying this to brag, but just to show how much I love Disney, it's going to be trip number 20 something. And it's the first time taking my son, which has been like ultimate life goal. I'm so freaking excited. Jesse, I think your dad helped you win that game. Probably. Rashmi, that's not quite how my channel works. I do free guessing games. And then people like Michael, if you donate, then I will absolutely pull a card for you. But I'm done with the guessing game. So right now we're just going to do donation to wrap it up. If you don't want to donate, maybe join me next Tuesday and I will, and you can keep trying out those guessing games. Sometimes I do speed readings, and that's like everyone throws up their question. I just have to be in the mood for that, and we're not going to do that tonight. But sometimes I do that, and I try to put it up in the title. So if you subscribe and you kind of pay attention to when I go live, and if you see the word speed reading, definitely jump in. Do you live at Disney World? I wish. I thought about it. I almost did the Disney College program too. Hey, Lori. You took your son for the first time 2 years ago, but I need to figure out Disney on a budget. Yeah, there's a way to do it, but it's hard. Those tickets. It's a blast to go when the crowd is small. Oh, yes. Okay, sorry, Michael. I'm over here talking about Disney. Will I be content if I return to my old career? So I'm just pulling this card all night. I'm feeling different about it though, Michael. So Michael will I be content if I go back to my old career? So this is, again, deep cellular healing, Arcturus energy, not really feeling any of those, but the physical and emotional healing, this is what I'm feeling like is needed, Michael. Like, you can go back to it, but it can't be in the same way. It's got to be a new approach. You have to heal what didn't work in the past. I want to pull another card. Ooh. I am done with this deck. Why is this deck doing this to me? Surrender. Surrender to the sweetness. And I think for you, this card, I'm specifically being drawn to the pleasure part of this card. And it's like, if you go back to your old career, go back to it from the aspect of like, what was fun about this? Like, what made me enjoy it? Heal the parts that didn't work. And to answer your question, yes, you'll definitely be content, but it has to be like you putting in the work. Putting in the work to let go of the past, to, because that's the thing, if like going backwards, and I don't even want to say backwards, but going back to something you've already done, it's so easy to fall back into an old habit or an old way of thinking, and your guys really want you to up level. Like, if you're going to go back, do it even better. So anything that didn't work, heal that. Anything that you didn't have fun with, again, heal that. Surrendering to pleasure, to joy. I'm also getting this in the sense of, Michael, also making sure that like you're balancing it well with other aspects of your life. Like, maybe before or even just now, you don't have the best like balance of like work and home life. Like, are you really giving yourself those fun times? Are you really giving yourself like self-care? Or are you just kind of like going with all of your work and your goals and what you have to do? Are you still enjoying life? So I feel like absolutely yes. But if you don't, if you ignore these things that you did wrong in the past, and you don't really balance out life well, and you just kind of do things the same, and you don't have any fun, I don't think you'll be happy. And just know that you have total free will over that. You have absolute control. If anything, I just want to ask, like, what should you watch out for? You are good enough. I don't feel like there's anything to be worried about there. You are good enough, Michael. Thank you, Michael. Shanna, if I start talking about Disney, we will be here for another 4 hours, and I'm going to lose all my subscribers. Just kidding. I just look for low season times, like times when people are going to be there the least. Like, I know February, like this weird chunk of time in February is like the least travel time, also because it's like a little colder. But yeah, anyway. Thank you, Roberto. My relationship outlook in the very near future. Absolutely. I'm going to pull the Mermaid Oracle deck for you, even though I've been doing these Starseed ones. So if I pull the Starseed ones, apparently we're just going to get the same card. My guides are like, don't mess with us, Lauryn. You know there's a meaning there. I know, I just like to make fun. Working on healing now. Totally resonates. You're welcome, Michael. I think you totally got it. But it's like a choice. Like, you can go back to something and be unhappy. I listen, but don't lose that. Thank you, Myro. Maybe I should just start a separate channel where I talk about Disney 24/7. Just kidding. I couldn't compete with the people that legitimately do that as a channel. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I wish I would have done that first, but I don't live anywhere close to the park, so that wouldn't have worked out. Just Disney World. I think Disney World's better. Transparency, Roberto. And I'm hearing that this is what's needed, Roberto. Like, because I feel like you're not in a relationship. In the very near future, being more transparent about who you are. Because I'm seeing like a facade that you put up, Roberto. People see you and they're seeing the wrong you. I don't know. It's like something about like the way you look. Oh, that sounded so wrong. That don't take that the wrong way. It's something about like you come off a little bit intimidating. So transparency, I like to think of this card as like I'm feeling like very feminine vibes too. Being honest, being authentic, being genuine, being present, like not letting someone read you at face value. Not what's that word? Like, don't judge a book by its cover. Yes, I have two sides. Like, I feel like they see the wrong side of you, Roberto. And I think you're so used to it that you just kind of put out that side. And they really want you to put out this. They want you to put out this more transparent, genuine, honest version of yourself. And people are going to be thrown off because it just like you, I'm just getting the visual of you. Like, it just doesn't seem like you're going to be that way. But I feel like that's what's sort of like hindering you of getting a relationship. Not that you won't get one, but the right one. Because when you come up, if somebody is reading into you incorrectly, you're going to attract like the wrong type of person, if that makes sense. And I literally just pulled the reflection card. So this is like what you put out, you will get. And so if you're not being transparent and honest, and I think this can at some level even just be like, you know, being confident and being like who you are and not being afraid to be a little weird or a little funny or whatever it is that you are. But then if you act the way that you are, you're going to get someone similar or someone that matches you better. And I feel like you just haven't, I feel like you keep getting the wrong people because you're not being the real you. And I don't want that to become like a block to where you feel like, oh my gosh, I'm doing everything wrong and I have to completely like change myself. Don't feel that way at all. Just focus on the word authentic and genuine. Like that's like the big takeaway. Transparency. And whenever I hear the word transparency, I always think of vulnerability and I think of Brene Brown. And if anyone's resonating with like vulnerability in that message, go watch Brene Brown's Netflix special. She's amazing. But as far as timing, Roberto, I think you have the abundance, you have the opportunities in front of you. It's just how open and honest are you going to be? And then also they're showing me like how open and receptive is that other person going to be? Sometimes it's not completely on you. Sometimes it's on them too, to like also take the step forward and engage. And I'm feeling like you might have to go a little bit slower and it might have to be like, get their number, text them a few times. Like they might, it's like a warming up thing that they need with you to feel a little bit more comfortable, and that's okay. My defensive side. Oh, I'm sorry, Roberto. Hi, welcome. Just now getting out of my shell. Yeah, just know that it might take a little bit of time for someone to warm up to you, but that doesn't mean opportunities are not. Like, I see opportunities are right here, and it's more a matter of like, okay, will Roberto be transparent about themselves? And then is that person going to be receptive and reciprocate? And are they the right one? And then if so, okay, there might be like a little bit of a warm-up period. But I think just like anything with relationships, just know that if you rush it, you get exactly the opposite of what you want. So take your time, Roberto. Thank you for the donation. You're fine, silly rabbit. I wonder why it didn't let you do that. Anyway. Okay. So what can I do to speed up my healing process? Time frame of when I will experience significant recovery. I've been going through multiple health problems. Good night, Shanna. Bye. Thank you. Thanks, Roberto. What can I do to speed up my healing process? Like immediately your guys are like, focus on the speed up process because they're like, you don't have control over that. It's going to happen on its own time, which sucks, and that's probably not what you want to hear. Let me pull some cards, though. They're telling me that the question you should be asking is why? Why are you healing so slowly? You're not grounded, maybe? Deep cellular healing. I'm going to have to go look up what this Arcturus energy means. Physical and emotional healing. Oh, so for this silly rabbit, I'm totally getting a different message. So physical and emotional healing, especially as like a medical intuitive, energy affects our physical bodies. And so when our emotions are out of whack, it can manifest into something physical. Like sometimes you could be so stressed out and like have so much drama going on, and then all of a sudden your throat gives out, or you get a sore throat, and it's like that same chakra. And the timing of it is crazy. And the most common version of this is when people get nervous or stressed out and they hold it in their stomach, and then they get like upset stomach, or just like they're sick to their stomach from stress. And so very much in this sense, I think your guides are trying to say like these health problems are related to your emotions. So maybe that question of why am I going through this? Maybe ask like what emotions are holding you back. Or not necessarily holding you back, like what emotions are contributing to it, what inner thoughts, what self-limiting beliefs are there that might be keeping you from healing. I feel like that's the place to start. Start from an emotional standpoint and then heal it from the inside out is sort of what I'm getting. I still feel like, though, the time frame is going to be the same. It's just a matter of your perspective. The quicker you can jump onto like the emotional side of this, the quicker you're going to just feel better about it and be able to handle it a little bit more. Because I feel like right now you're just like, you're so in denial and you're just like, you want to get it over with. And sometimes that almost makes it worse, if that makes sense. And another thing, Silly Rabbit, with this card, this Earth card, is like I like to think of this as really embracing your physical body. Sometimes we just like hate the physical plane that we're in, and we hate our physical body so much that in a way we detach from it. I wonder if your hatred of all these health problems is actually manifesting as like a hatred towards your own body, and therefore you're telling your body, I hate you, or I'm so upset with you, I don't want you, like just very unloving energy towards your own body. And it's like when I see this card Earth, it's like appreciating this plane, this body that you are in here and now, being thankful for it. And I feel like there's so many like meditations out there, and this could be for anybody, like if you're really struggling with like loving your body, like sometimes those are about like weight loss or something, but I feel like this would also apply to you, Silly Rabbit. I just feel like you need to do some deep focusing on the stuff that you're saying to yourself about yourself. Time frame, though, I keep seeing the number 15, and I feel like that's months. Weeks? No. I could be wrong with that, and just know the future can change. But I don't feel like there's anything you can do about the time frame, which is why I'm like, don't worry about it. Like, kind of let that go. I guess I'm not sure how to love my body. That's a good point. When that happens, anytime you have sort of any trauma, like 3 years ago, I was having like severe panic attacks, and they just came out of nowhere. And then I really like disassociated from my body in a certain way. And I was like, why is my body doing this to me? Like, why is this happening? And like, I hated myself. I hated my body for it. And then it's like, I was telling my body, you're not good. You're doing these things wrong. And it's like, your thoughts create your reality. I was attracting more and more of that bad, if that makes sense. And so, and I've had to really redo a lot of that work after having a baby, because, my body has changed a lot after having a baby. and I think it definitely helps. So, and the reason why I'm recommending, again, all of this is like the emotional healing of this card and it being related to our physical bodies. I mean, I wish I could remember some of the examples, but there's been some people that have completely healed themselves from diseases with nothing but thoughts and intentions. And really, it's actually an amazing tool, like the placebo effect. And it's studied by scientists, and they truly, I don't want to get into things that I don't quite fully understand, but I do know it's a thing, and there's been studies around it as like it actually working. But yeah, I hope you feel better, Silly Rabbit. Thank you for the donation. I feel like I'm gradually learning how to be gentler with myself. Absolutely. That's like exactly the energy that you're thinking of. Cannot stop thinking of 8 Mile. I have not seen that in so long. I don't even remember the reference. This is reminding me of The Journey of the Shaman. Ooh, well, if that's what's popping into your brain, take that intuitive hit and go with it. I don't know if that's a book or movie or something, but maybe revisit it. Maybe that's a message there. Awesome, guys. I think I am going to be wrapping it up right now. So thank you so much for joining me. If you want to catch me live again, I will be on next Tuesday night, right? Or is next Tuesday our group event? No, not yet. So yeah, next Tuesday night is another live reading, and I will be on doing more guessing games. Oh, Lunchbox. Okay, I'll squeeze Lunchbox in, but then I'll be done for tonight. And if you guys are jumping off, just know you can follow me in the link in the description down below. I have all my links to all my social channels. Sign up for my newsletter. Also, I have a podcast. It's basically my videos in MP3 form if you don't like watching my videos. But honestly, you guys probably all like watching my videos, which is why you're here. So I'm preaching to the wrong people. Feel free to reach out to me for a reading at any time. And again, I have my video courses online. I have both basic psychic skills as well as animal communication up right now. Thank you, Yurika. I read that somewhere. I heard the initiation stage is you get sick first. Huh. I don't know about that, Silly Rabbit, but yeah. I would look into it. If it's popping into your brain, I always say, like, your guides are communicating something that I'm not picking up on. So that happens a lot in readings. I should make a video about that too. I keep thinking about Roger Rabbit. Oh. See, whenever I hear Silly Rabbit, I think of Tricks Are for Kids. Good night, Roberto. You're fine, Lunchbox. Hello, I'm working on a personal project. Ooh, and just would like a simple yes or no if it is working. Well, maybe a little guidance if it isn't working. All right. I totally know what you mean. I know what you're getting at. Thank you, Myra. Remember to subscribe, leave comments, like my videos. It just tells YouTube that like people want my stuff, and that helps me out a ton. Finally, I pulled a new card, guys. It's a whale. Whale and orca elders. I love that. I feel like Lunchbox, this is a yes, and I was kind of already feeling that before I pulled the cards, but I'm still going to ask, like, is there anything, like, obstacles? Because this is literally, like, protection, safety, trust. Like, to me, I'm getting that your guides are totally protecting the energy around you and this project. Honestly, I don't know what bird this is, Lunchbox, but this I feel like is a spirit animal of yours, because this you probably can't tell here, but this is also a bird. This is a bird, and there's 2 birds over here. Is that a hawk? I don't know my birds, but like this is all like feathers. This says Star Brothers, if that resonates to you all. Horus energy. I'm reading a new deck tonight, so I'm not totally familiar with this, but I read it intuitively, so don't feel like you're not getting as much information. It's more that this Starseed Oracle deck, which is in the description down below if you want to get your own deck, it's very It's very in tune with an ideology about starseeds, which I'm not super aware of. But I was like, I think they're pretty. I want to buy them. But yeah, safety, trust around this, like it's totally being protected. And then this whale and orca elders card, it's less that's sticking out to me, and it's more this share your song, frequency of sound diving deep. If anything, this lunchbox is a message of like going further with it, like push yourself even farther with it. Like, yes, it's totally working. Maybe your hesitation is keeping you from making it even better than it could be. And the fact that it's saying share your song is like, this is needed. You know, whatever this project is, it's needed. Other people need it to see it, hear it. You have a voice that needs to be shared. And then let me pull really quick. Is there anything we should watch out for obstacle-wise? More positive messages. This card, I pulled it in reverse, so don't look at the words, but this is basically talking about receiving this information. I'm getting that, like, whatever this project is very much been an intuitive download. Like, you're just totally going with it. And your guides are not only protecting you around this, but they're really helping you manifest this into reality. So receive from them. Don't worry so much about stressing about, like, what do I need to put out there, as much as how can I get into a better zone to go deeper, to be more authentic, to receive this information and make it as best as it can be using my intuition. I hope does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. I'm manifesting, but trying a new method. Amazing. I'll share with you as soon as I have the expected results. Awesome. Thank you, Lunchbox. Thanks for the donation. I hope that helps. I'm glad people like my name. Alrighty. Okay. What was I gonna say? Oh, thank you, Michael. I always forget how many of you, or which ones of you have gotten the course, because I see in the course like who are students, and I can see like all your responses and help you guys with stuff. But thanks for the feedback. I really appreciate that. All right. Unfortunately, Aquarius, I'm wrapping up for the night. I've almost been on here for 2 hours, but if you join me next Tuesday, subscribe, and you can see when I'm going to go live next. Every Tuesday night, I'm going to be on. And yeah, so I think the only other thing I wanted to mention was that I have memberships up now on my YouTube channel. New video for this week, because I go live every Tuesday, and then I upload a new video kind of every Friday, Saturday if I'm really behind. But this week's video, I'm pretty sure, is my haunted house video. Oh, I'm so excited. I hope I can get it edited in time. But basically, I went to a client's house. She was having spirits in her home, and she was like not feeling good about them. Kind of didn't feel like she had control over them. And so she wanted me to come clear out her space. And that's just like a service that I normally provide. She's here in Colorado. And I asked her if I could just film myself while I did it. And she said yes. So I have this fun sort of vlog video of me going around and walking you through the steps of how I get rid of spirits. So if you can't like hire me to come to your home because you live forever away, you can sort of go through the same steps that I do. Or if you're just curious to see what was in her house, you can watch that video. So hell yeah. Roberto's all up for it. Who are you going to call? Lauryn. Thank you guys. I'm really, I can't decide how I want to title it. Like, I want to call it Haunted House because, like, that's technically what it is. But I also don't want to say that because I don't want her to feel like her house is haunted moving forward. And I don't want people to put that energy around her house. Anyway, Lauryn ain't no afraid of no ghosts. Oh my gosh, y'all. This ghost, though, they were jumping out at me. Like, It didn't help that they had closed all of their windows and shut off all their lights when I showed up and lit all these candles. Like, they totally put me in the mood. I was like, you guys rock. This is awesome. But basically, at the beginning of my nights, I walk around with my sage and I sort of do it on my own to like see who the spirit is. And I tell them not to tell me like what they've experienced. And I walk around and try to like feel it out. But they were like jumping out at me in the upstairs and they were trying to spook me, and they did get me one time because I saw they had I'm giving away like the whole video, but I went upstairs and they had doors propped open, and they had one of the doors propped open with just like a shoe, but I came around the corner and I saw the shoe behind the door and I about had a heart attack because I was so jumpy, because these spirits were, when they know that you're coming in and you mean business, they kind of try to put up a fight a little bit. And so they were trying to do this, like spooking me, not like by moving anything, not by like physically being present. Like, I did a video on how I see spirits. If you guys want to watch that, I see them in my mind's eye, but it would be like fast flashes of like faces, and it would be like really close, really far away. And they were like trying to scare me. And it took me a second to like get my boundaries and be like, no, I'm a professional. I can do this. But then I was totally on top of it. But okay, I won't leave out. I can't spoil the rest of it, because basically they all moved around the house and basically hid in the basement, because that was like the safe place. And then I left the basement for last. And I was like, oh, they're all down there. And that kind of scared the crap out of me too. But we got rid of them all. That's the important thing. And we figured out like who they were, and it wasn't as scary as you think they were. But anyway, I'm excited for it. I hope I can get it up by this week. It's going to be a little bit of a more complicated edit, because lots of talking, lots of B-roll, not just like me talking at the camera like some of my other videos. But I also, the reason why I wanted to do that too is I'd love in the future to be able to hire a team to follow me and film me when I go into clients' homes, and have more videos that are sort of like that. I want to basically do my own spin on like a paranormal show, but in a much more grounded, logical way, where I'm also like teaching the clients on how to keep their space. My biggest like beef with like those paranormal shows out there is that they go into these spaces and they're like, oh, come out, ghost, we're gonna fight you, get out of here. And they're like so aggressive, and they basically just film noises and jumps, and like they just like sensationalize it, and then they just leave and they're like, yeah, that place was haunted. It's like, oh my gosh, I want to raise the bar. I hope that makes sense. But gotta watch those shoes fall of soul. That shoe scared me. I literally jumped. And I was like, oh my gosh. I know that spirits can't get me. Like, next time, invite Dan Aykroyd. You know, Sir Jester, Dan Aykroyd is actually super, like, into the spiritualist movement. His parents were actually into, I don't know if they were psychics or mediums themselves, but that's how the whole Ghostbusters series came about, was he had read all this stuff about the spiritualism movement, was totally into it, and then he made Ghostbusters. Obviously, definitely not accurate, but I can follow you with my cell phone. Thanks, Lori. Yeah, because Lori, you're actually here. I want to get to a point where I can pay my production company to actually do it, because I know we have all the equipment and stuff. But anyway, at least there's no ectoplasm. Yeah. Why hire when you can get volunteers? Oh, that's true. The thing is I'm first and foremost a filmmaker, and I can't go around and ask filmmakers to do things for free, because I've always been so much like, filmmakers, you need to charge for what you do. I used to have a spirit box, but I moved on to wine. Oh, hey, Sheila. Watching Shine. She's talking about K-pop stuff. All right. Thank you guys so much for coming on, chatting with me tonight. That was my next video teaser, so pay attention to it for this Friday. I try to like upload like lunchtime-ish. So I don't know what the time that is for you guys, but obviously any comments, any likes, subscriptions, all of that helps so much. And thank you guys all for supporting me on my channel. I love our energy in these little groups, even though I can't like see you guys, but I can read your messages and see your little pictures, and I have too much fun with you guys. I always have to be like, oh, I need to get off earlier, but I'm always having too much fun. Thank you guys. All right. I will see you all next Tuesday. Bye. Thanks.